Hello, this is Eli Salmon reporting from Channel 27 News. Today I will be discussing a controversial novel, The Catcher in the Rye, written by J.D. Salinger. Recently there have been complaints from parents at Roosevelt High School regarding the book. The book contains profanity, sexual experiences, drug and alcohol references. We have some guests here to express their opinions about the book being banned from schools like Roosevelt High School. Let's hear from Elaine Greiner, a local parent of a Roosevelt student.
Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm extremely outraged that my child has exposure to this book, and that is encouraged in a classroom setting. The book exposes teens to drugs, sex, alcohol, and drinking. Holden, the teenage main character, has been kicked out of his school for failing all of his classes, which is a very negative outlook for teens that are already pressured by negative influences. Holden's perspective is very cynical of adulthood. He frequently depicts the phoniness of the real world. In this quote from the book, it says, "You never saw so many phonies in all your life. Everybody smoking their ears off and talking about the play so that everybody could hear and know how sharp they were. Some dopey movie actor was standing near us having a cigarette. I don't know his name, but he always plays the part of a guy in a war movie that gets yellow before it's time to go over the top." This quote talks specifically about smoking and also how Holden depicts humanity as very phony and unreal. I want this book banned because I believe it would skew my child's viewpoint on adulthood and growing up. This book is meant for older audiences.
Thank you, Elaine. Now we're going to get the other side of the controversy. The next speaker is Stephen Lowe, author of Lord of the Fleas.
Here we go. This novel accurately depicts the viewpoint of a kid growing up in a conformed society. Salinger makes this novel relatable to most teenagers because it displays the loss of innocence in the journey to adulthood. This quote, "I thought it was if a body catch a body. I said, anyway, I keep picturing all these little kids playing. Some game in this big field of rye and all. Thousands of little kids and nobody's around. Nobody big. I mean, except me. And I'm standing on the edge of some crazy cliff. What I have to do, I have to catch everybody if they start going over the cliff. I mean, if they are running and they don't look where they're going, I have to come out from somewhere and catch them. That's all I do, all day. I just be the catcher in their eye and all. I know it's crazy, but that's the only thing I'd really like to be. I know it's crazy." This quote metaphorically represents Holden's desire to save kids from adulthood. The antagonist throughout the book, which I believe is society, is affecting Holden. I think many teens are affected by societal norms, and they would connect with this book on a personal level.
Thanks, Stephen. Now some more for the defense side. Please welcome Griffin, a 3-star chef.
The main reason why most people have a problem with Salinger's novel is that they misinterpret the purpose of the story. On the surface, it seems like the book is advocating swearing, sex, and alcohol, but in reality these are the effects of Holden's horrible depression. Holden is haunted by his brother's death, which leads him down a very sad path. This connects to Holden's dream about sitting by a ledge in a field of rye to keep children from falling off. In other words, the catcher in the rye. This is also a metaphor for Phoebe, who keeps Holden from falling into a deeper depression. The author is telling people to be the catcher in the rye and save people before they fall into something terrible. An example of how Holden feels is when he says, "New York's terrible," when somebody laughs on the street very late at night. You can hear it for miles. It makes you feel so lonesome and depressed. I kept wishing I could go home and shoot the bull for a while with old Phoebe. This quote also shows how Phoebe is one of the only things that makes Holden happy. If teens already have such negative influences, I do not believe a book with the same characteristics would change their mind. This book has a great message to all young people about the effects of their actions.
Thanks for the opinions. It definitely seems as if this book is being portrayed in the wrong way. The Catcher in the Rye is a depiction of reality that every student deserves to experience. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 27 News. Have a good night.